up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Newage Slaughter and Famine, their version of a Shattered Glass Optimus and a Nemesis Prime. So these are the same mold as the Ultra Magnus Conquest figure, the inner robot for Ultra Magnus. And there's slight changes on the back, but mostly exactly the same. But they are different from their Newage David, which is their Optimus Prime. You can see the backs quite a bit different back here, and due to basically making the legs a little bit more posable, a little bit more like Optimus. So that's a nice little change. You can also see the smokestacks are longer on these two compared to David. And that's also just look more menacing, look more evil. So nice little changes there on those guys. Let's take a look at the detail. So here's the shattered glass version. You got the little crack in the glass, little paint there. You got green paint here. You get that weathering look. You can see it looks like it's been kind of crashed, or it's like got some battle damage. Really nicely done. Green lights up here. It says in very small writing, "Till all are gone," which is the shattered glass motto for Optimus Prime, or for Shattered Glass Prime. Here's the back. Pretty clean. Overall, some nice details. I really like the look of the kind of worn or like scratched up. It's done very well. It doesn't look cheap like sometimes we get with Hasbro. Their battle damage just looks really nice. Here's the Nemesis Prime. You've got the green lights up here, translucent red for the windshields all the way around. Silver there. Here's the back. Nice looking Nemesis Prime there. These do come with accessories, but they all only work in the robot mode. So let's get these guys transformed. All right, and there are all three Optimuses transformed into their robot modes. And they do look very similar in terms of their molds, but they're actually different molds and different transformations. So let me go over what's different. So backpack is the first thing. You can see they designed it differently. The original, or the David, has this kind of more realistic, or to the show, the cartoon, whereas the other molds, Ultra Magnus and the Nemesis, they got a more squared off look. And that does actually change the transformation as well, because you've got some additional steps here with that backpack. Coming to the front here, you have different hip skirts. So the others here have a single hip skirt, and the leg does actually have a drop down hinge, which is made for transformation, but you can also use. But the leg only kicks like that. The knee also kicks that way. No panel on the front. And then the feet are designed differently. They swing on this inner panel. They do still get pivot and tilt, but a little bit differently. So looking at David, the hip skirts are individual, and the leg goes up to there. But because of this inner joint here, you get all of that. They both have the same ab crunch, but this one has an additional panel down there. So it allows you to get the leg crazy positions. So I think they focused on David getting a lot more articulation. You can also see the knee is a little different. It's got that panel there to kind of mimic, almost mimic MP44. But other than that, everything is the same. But I just want to point out those differences. These are different molds, and they do have slightly different transformations. Again, let's take a look at the detail. Nice translucent orange glass. You got the same little crack there. Black paint throughout. That same chest shows up there. You got black paint here on the side. Here's the back. Same clean back we've seen before. Some nice black paint here. Very classic shattered glass colors on the sky. Really looks nice. And then you got the gold paint here on the waist, and then here, and then on the head. There's the head sculpt. Same head sculpt, just changed colors with the red eyes and the gold crest. Here's Famine. He's got the red eyes, silver for the head and the mouth plate there. Translucent red for the chest, the teal kind of throughout on the hands and waist. Silver down here. That all looks nice. These legs are painted silver, not plastic. Let's see, are these painted? These look like they're plastic, but these look painted, which is nice. All right, now let's take a look at their accessories. Let's start off with Slaughter here. You get a lot of stuff, so we'll go one by one. You do get the classic Optimus gun. It's got that green paint there. Although this side seems to be a little bit brighter, but that looks cool. That green paint matches his headlights there, or the fog lights. You also get a translucent sword. That looks nice, and you can put that in his hand. You can get it in there further. It's just a tight fit because of the paint, but it does look really good. Really nice looking sword. You also get the traditional Energon X, so you can unplug this, get this on here, and have him Xing his way through. You also get a cool little hook here, translucent hook, probably more appropriate for shattered glass than the axe, but I'm not really familiar. But there you go for that. And you get another one, which is this little blaster here. So you can take this off, plug in this blaster, becomes his arm basically, and he can be blasting you guys with that. So pretty cool. You also get some alternate hands here. You get the jazz hands, and then you get the pointing fingers. I don't know why these are black and these are blue. It seems like an error on their part, right? But I'm not going to take these off the sprue. This is not mine. This was sent to me by Mr. G. Tony. So I'm going to leave these on, but just wanted you to know you do get these too. So let's take a look at Famine here and his accessories. So you do get the traditional gun. It is all black. A little bit of red would have been nice, but I think this is correct for him. And you get the sword, translucent red. You get the axe, also translucent red. We'll put that in. Oops. And then you get a cape, which is a new accessory we haven't seen before. So it has a little peg point. It's going to fit right here into the back. Go ahead and get that in there. It's a nice tight fit. And then you can kind of slay this out to the side or whatever, or just have it straight back. It's not the most good looking cape, but it is really cool. I think it's a nice additional accessory there. They didn't have to include, but lots and lots of accessories on these two. So final thoughts on the Newage Slaughter and Famine. Let's start with the positives. I think the paint decos look really nice. As always with Newage, they do a great job on the paint. Even all the weapons, they're all colored and painted and detailed very, very nicely, to the point where, I mean, this feels and looks like a masterpiece, but it's not. It's legend scale. I also like the number of accessories. They give you a lot of stuff. You can really have unique Optimuses because of all the different things. The hook and the axe and the gun and this gun and the other gun and the cape. I mean, all of that really adds to the fun factor and playability and the display for these guys. So that's really nice. Negatives wise, the double chest here, well, it didn't bother me before. It definitely bothers me on these because the double lights show up here. The green and the teal are both visible, and that is kind of an eyesore. Now, normally when I looked at David and even Ultra Magnus, it wasn't bothering me, but here it shows up, and I just don't like that. It's kind of a deal breaker for me. It just almost makes them look, you know, unfinished, or I guess overfinished. I don't know what the word is. But either way, I do like these. I do think they're really good versions of a Shattered Glass and Nemesis Prime. So if you're looking for one, Newage is definitely a good one to get. So that's it for today. You can pick these up at toydojo.com. Thanks to G Tony for sending these to me, and we'll see you next time.